She didn't provision properly, and now I'm hungry.
Still got 500 miles to go.
That's a long way.
That's a long way.
We're still in search of the Gulf Stream. Good morning. I'm Elayna, and this is Riley, and this is our home, Vagabonde. We've been sailing around the world for the last 5 years and have recently found ourselves with a stowaway. Meet Lenny. Subscribe and welcome aboard.
It is 5:30 in the morning. Having looked at the weather on my Predict Wind offshore app I've got here, I've then marked the first spot that we should have the Gulf Stream in our favour, and we're nearing that point now, and hopefully stay in that for the rest of the trip, because we've had at least a 1 knot current against us the whole time, and at the moment it's 2.5. we're going really slow. VMG, which is velocity made good, towards our destination is 1.46 knots, which means Lenny would be about 10 by the time we got there.
As you should already know, we're currently days away from the coast of America. Kinda just bobbing out in the middle of nowhere, blatantly refusing to use our engine. We're on a 1,000 nautical mile journey from the Bahamas up to Montauk in New York.
Can you tell me how many amps we're drawing at the moment?
How many amps are we drawing?
Only 21, I was still
About 11.
around, but you seduced me with your calm and your rings, reduced me.
How much power is that giving us?
None as far as I can tell, it's still drawing 11.
It's because we're not going fast enough.
Hopefully we'll pick up some speed.
Whoa, whoa.
Morning guys. Riley's just jumped into bed after a very long night. We've just kind of slipped into this routine where he does all the night shift and I do like most of the day shift, which works well for us because he's a bit of a night owl, likes to get weird, and I do not function at that time of night. Right now we're just sailing to find the Gulf Stream. We actually have a counter current coming from the north, so at some stage that's going to switch around to come from the south, which will mean we're in the Gulf Stream. But we want to find the Gulf Stream at like hopefully 3 knots, so I've just got to keep looking. At some stage I'm going to have to tack. We wanted to stay in the middle of the Gulf Stream and ride that hopefully all the way up to New York, if this beautiful weather keeps. What you found? You found the bung. Don't forget to remind Dad to put that back in. Just making some baby food for Lenny. Got some pumpkin, sweet potato, beetroot and garlic on the stove. And I just blend that up every few days. And you love it, don't ya? Riley just woke up and it's 1 and we're still in search of the Gulf Stream, but I can feel a change. I just saw some plastic in the water.
A good tool for the modern mariner, plastic in the ocean.
Yeah. You gonna play us a song, Lenny?
Not quite my tempo.
We're still 80 nautical miles offshore.
You're rushing. Here we go.
The fishing line was out and then Riley just started with one of the engines. We didn't hear anything, but there's a chance that the fishing line somehow could have got caught around the prop. I just filmed it with the GoPros and then I'm going to put it on the big screen and have a look and see if there's any line around it.
Enhance.
Port side's fine, and then like I think this side's fine as well.
Yes!
From the videos, it doesn't look like anything's on the prop, but we just got some wind back, so we're making the most of the wind. Even if there is fishing line caught around the prop right now, it's not the end of the world. Like we will get it off, but we just want to sail while we can. You guys are crazy.
Try to create an environment where the child doesn't know what's happening.
Yeah.
No! Why do you always bring in Apple when he's sitting on my lap? No.
Make Dad all grubby. I promise I'll clean you afterwards. Oh!
Very nice conditions. We found the Gulf Stream and it's been blowing between 4 knots and 7 knots all day long. So what that means is it's really difficult to actually have enough wind to sail. I'm sort of steering and trimming and aiming into it a bit, loosening lines and tightening them. Can be a bit frustrating at times, but they're conditions that you would definitely normally be motoring in, and to be able to go along and not do that, it's really good fun. Once you get in the groove, I don't really mind if this crossing goes for 4 days or 14. After the first 4 days, it's all good. You don't really mind how long it takes. Lenny seems to be growing up every day. It's pretty challenging for him trying to stand up on the boat. I feel pretty bad for him sometimes. It's probably hard enough trying to learn how to do that. And just as he seems to be getting a handle on it, a wave will come and he'll sort of get knocked over. He probably won't walk until he's 2.
I can hear her calling my name. Such a lovely way. Now tell me how you learn to forget. Tell me how you learn to forget.
We're all covered in salt from the deck. It's everywhere. You could harvest it, I reckon.
In the back of my head. Rules don't apply to her. You said everything would fall into place. It's killing me to wait. Now tell me how you learn to forget. Tell me how you learn to forget.
Elayna's sitting there cacking her pants, eating cereal because she didn't provision properly, and now I'm hungry.
Here's the thing with provisioning. Riley never likes to carry too much stuff back to the boat. When we're in the milk section and I want to grab 8 dry milks, he'll go, nah, you only need 3, don't you? And I'm like, okay.
We ran out of milk. You're the provisioner.
Babe, if it was up to me, I would get 100 of everything. Do you want scrambled eggs for dinner? Or can I offer you some dry cereal? It's really good.
I want gnocchi.
Can't have that.
So it's 10 o'clock at night and Elayna's about to jump into bed. You might think I'm being a bit...
Ungrateful.
I'm staying up from 10 o'clock at night until 6 in the morning and I just want to feed.
You said, can I not eat pasta or rice?
Well, Elayna,
That eliminates like 80% of the food.
No, pasta's my favourite meal, but it's been served up breakfast, lunch and dinner for the last 3 days.
After the first day when you're like, okay, well the starboard side fridge is empty so you can turn that off and save some power.
That wasn't the first day.
I was like,
You're being dramatic. We're eating like kings to start with.
remember it like it was
Always eat like
yesterday.
kings. You missed me out, I'm telling you, this is really good.
Might have to go fishing tomorrow.
You didn't jump in the water to check if that fishing line's around the prop.
Nah,
But we'll check tomorrow, hey?
depends if I've got enough energy.
I'm eating so much cereal.
So the problem is there's drawers full of superfoods, but none of it's edible. You can't turn any of it into meals. You can blend the out of it.
Babe, I could have
Half of it just evaporates
You
into
said you were
thin
happy
air.
with refried beans and soup.
For a snack.
Well, you can't demand dinner at 10 p.m. I will make you the best soup of your life tomorrow, apart from fish head
What
soup.
am I having tonight?
Something easy, I don't know. There's some fresh herbs over here. We got 2 cartons of eggs, 1 cabbage, tofu, 2 tubs of hummus, 2 tubs of butter, carrots,
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, lamb, raw,
5 potatoes, and a bag of celery and half a block of chocolate.
I could cook all that up in one large soup.
The
And
only
that would all
concern
be
of mine
gone.
is that we have half an onion. No more onions.
That's your only concern. That's the only thing that you're worried about, given our current situation.
I didn't say it, but 3 of those potatoes are Lenny's.
Still got 500 miles to go.
That's a long way.
That's a long way.
But babe, we had lots of fresh stuff. Those fridges are full. full. I couldn't fit anything in either fridge. You can't eat veggies for 2 weeks at sea.
That's fine, just don't feed me rice for
You
breakfast.
don't have a
Or
choice.
couscous for breakfast and then pasta for lunch and then pasta for dinner.
Spooky, I don't know what to do.
You just make different foods.
If I didn't run out of milk, then we could have cereal for breakfast. But that's carbs as well.
Yeah, I don't mind carbs, we just got to change them. I had pasta for lunch and dinner last night.
How good was it?
It's amazing.
Alright, I'm gonna get creative tomorrow. You wait and see.
We've got 5 knots of wind and we're going 6 knots.
That's amazing.
It's incredible. Obviously we're in the Gulf Stream, we got 2.3 knots behind us, but that's just,
So good.
yeah, there's no pressure on the boat at all, which is probably not good because we're rocking around just a little bit. It feels like we're just floating, which we are.
I love you. Good morning. Hi. What you doing under there? Lenny and I are playing under the table this morning, and yeah, no wind. We are completely becalmed. It's been like 1 to 2 knots of wind for the past 12 hours, I think, since we last took down the sails.
We were
because-
still trying to sail when we were becalmed.
Yeah. So we're using some power. Less than a quarter of a tank. We're just like watching the levels like a hawk, because I really don't want to run out of diesel and have to like tow the Vagabonde into Montauk.
The 3 weather models are pretty much in agreement in that we'll have wind in about 8 hours, but there's some now, like I just saw a change on the horizon. It is literally just kicked in, so before I go throwing the sails up and getting all excited, I'll wait another 20 minutes or so. Certainly according to this, the larger weather pattern will hit us about midnight tonight, and we should have enough to sail, probably.
How's the current? 4.5 knots current. That's amazing.
Yeah, we're just ticking along with one engine and absolutely hammering down the Gulf Stream.
Thank you for giving me life. Your welding path was far
What do you reckon?
He's going down.
Really?
Probably 1/10 of a tank left. This wind is like directly on the nose. It's supposed to come from there a little bit later.
We desperately need wind.
watching over, shining down on me.
All you gotta do is ask, Ross. All you gotta say is, what's up with the terrible
Proceed.
cooking?
Wow. Just dropped up to 4 knots then.
Dropped up to 4 knots.
Dropped up to 4 knots.
I like your positive attitude.
That was good. That was a clever disc.
We're fighting over money and greed and religion, but there is one thing missing. I think it's plain to see. Oh, yeah.
Wow, look at all the marks on them. Yes, baby.
Thank you for giving me life. Me well ain't perfect, but it's far from worthless, 'cause I can see your light. I drive myself crazy, just trying to explain it, but I know I'll be alright, 'cause you keep watching over, shining down on me.
Good morning, Lenny. Your mum's having a bit of a sleep, isn't she? You kept her up all night. You naughty boy.
Shining down on me, on me, 'cause I believe.
Usually you cry when we finish the bottle. Good boy. So it is 5:45 in the morning. I've been on shift since... When did I go on shift? About midnight, something like that. I like to do the night shift so these guys can have good, proper sleeps at night time.
Going at 6 knots with 2 knots of current against us. Just finished downloading the last weather report that I'll do, and then I can give Elayna a bit of a rundown when she wakes up. There's a dead patch and we've got not much fuel left, so we'll have to really be working our way through that before it picks up again right at the end. So good to have the big code D up and be hammering along though.
Tune in next Monday for the final leg of our journey. We run into some more bad weather, deal with a fly infestation to cover your eyes to anyone who's eating, and we may or may not run out of diesel.
Shine on.